Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Have dinner right? It's time for Profit Review. Last week we discussed the September 5, 2024 Rust Store, and that means today we're here to discuss September 12. So sit back and relax, I'm going to start yapping. Now before I do, some of you might be new and you probably don't fully understand what the focus of the video is, so let me explain. Basically, with every Rust Store that we have, I will return to it 4 weeks later, and I'll just see how everything turned out. Did everything match up to our expectations? And if not, I have to sit here and explain why. And of course, with every Rust Store, I'm always making predictions, what potentially might be the best investments for this week. Well, if I was wrong, you can hold me accountable, can't you? Yep. So, shall we jump in, take a look at all these skins, and remember, what was my initial reaction when I looked at all of these skins? Well, just reminded myself, I definitely remember the fact that I was questioning, where's all the clothing and armour? Well, if you take into consideration the previous weeks, we did see the likes of all those Heavy Knight, clothing and armour pieces. We had the Black Diamond Tier 2 literally just the week before this, and the week before that we also had the Commando hoodie and pants. And then, of course, some primitive skins here and there. That's fine. Look, every now and then we're going to get a Rust Store like this. Okay, not going to complain too much. And looking at these skins, some interesting notable collection continuations have appeared. Okay, maybe things could still work out all right. So, 3 interesting looking doors, a pair of tools, and 4 weapon skins. Was there anything interesting and notable about them? Well, the first thing I instantly noticed was this was the first marketable Eoka skin to be accepted in a Rust Store in well over a year. Now, I'm well aware we had the likes of the Twitch drop, but I'm talking about marketable. For the last actual Eoka skin to be accepted was the El Diablo Eoka back in May 2023. So well over a year, we finally get a new one. But please remember this, looking at all the Eoka skins, more specifically the more recent ones, as you can see, they're not exactly holding up very well. Now, the older ones are doing perfectly fine, but not the newer ones. It was a bit annoying because I wasn't really sure if I could definitely compare to the likes of these, and it's not like they've done a very good job of retaining their value. I was definitely questioning this. Now, looking at the likes of the Neon BISMUTH Garage Door, this was actually finally a collection continuation. I can't tell you how many attempts Wirecat, the skin creator, had tried to make a continuation for his BISMUTH Sheepman Door. Now, this was accepted back in early 2023, but after a year and a half, finally, we see the likes of Neon BISMUTH Garage Door being accepted, and they do look quite different. That doesn't even glow in the dark, and to this day, I don't think people even realise this is part of the same collection. Well, there you go. So, a very interesting, glow in the dark, very colourful looking Garage Door. I'd seen this in-game, like, when I do my Monday thing where I look at all the newest skin submissions. I'd already seen this. I was very impressed. I put out a short video showcasing it. Lo and behold, it was accepted. All right, cool. And now, rub my hands and start anticipating potentially for more continuations in the future. Would it happen? Well, we'll have to discuss that, won't we? And of course, Nuke Room finally gets another skin accepted. It finally broke the free deployable curse that we've seen with the likes of 2024. Cool. Will it actually work out nicely as an investment? We'll question that in a bit, won't we? And around this time, when this Rust Store appeared, we had that new Warhammer game being released. It just so happened Mr. Falk produced a very, very cool, very interesting looking Sheepman Door right there. Maybe it might sell quite nicely. Maybe we'll see some interesting collection continuations on the horizon, because that was a perfect homage. Right. Sheepman Doors, though, bit questionable, and maybe it's probably a good point to start questioning the likes of what were my predictions. What did I think was looking to be a very nice investment? So let's just quickly hop over to here. Now, on the day, unfortunately, SCMM did not work properly. So let's just scroll down over to here. With every predictions video I have, I put all the skins in order of what I feel more confident in. And by default, looking at this Rust Store back over to here, I just assumed every single skin was going to go down in price. That's the straightforward answer I thought. I honestly believed all 9 of these skins, unfortunately, would go below the Rust Store price. It was September. We're just about to roll into the likes of October. And October tends to be the period of time in which most Rust skins, in general, will reach their lowest point, their lowest price point in all of the year. So, wasn't feeling very confident. But by default, I did look at the likes of the Neon BISMUTH Garage Door as the skin that potentially could lead to the most success. I thought, you know what? This is a very interesting, pretty looking design. I think it might sell quite well, and I can't help but assume the skin creator will be producing even more skins. Like, just to remind all of you, the amount of skins he had produced before this even actually got accepted, there were so many. The guy was dedicated. I knew he was going to keep producing more, so I felt a reasonable bit of confidence. But Garage Doors up to this point, we had so many accepted, and so many of them were down in price pretty badly. I was not very sure, but a smart buy order can always lead to a bit of success, so okay, maybe that might be the best thing to consider. Now, the second skin I thought potentially might be okay to jump onto was the likes of the Lone Wolf Eoka. Purely out of, well, we hadn't had Eoka accepted for quite a long time. That was quite literally it. yeah, I wasn't exactly super enthusiastic. I wasn't super confident. And again, I was definitely considering more specifically just doing a buy order. So, okay, maybe it could work out all right. And just to point out, technically speaking, this was actually a collection continuation to the Rat-a-tat Thompson. And it did look like this was supposed to become like a much bigger collection. So would Wild Aggression collection end up with even more cool looking angry animal weapon skins and whatnot? Well, we'll have to wait and see. So that was pretty interesting. The next skin I looked at that potentially could work out quite alright was the Dragon Rage double barrel shotgun. Didn't make too much of a fuss, but this is a pretty interesting collection continuation here. Dragon Rage collection still has a decent bit of demand. Definitely was a lot better in the past compared to what it was now. But that gold trim of the dragon on the likes of the double barrel shotgun right here, it'll look very nice in game. I couldn't help but assume maybe people potentially might like it as time goes on, but I was also kind of concerned with double barrel shotguns, skins more specifically. See, with the past years, we saw so many of them being accepted, but it's like we just kept seeing less and less of them being accepted. And up to this point, this was the third one to be accepted in all of 2024, and now September. What? Like, really, there's a big difference. But also, you might notice so many of them down in price. Maybe they're not very good investments. Yeah, maybe it won't sell too much, but I was looking at the likes of the Thundergold double barrel shotgun. That only did 9,600 subscribers. Thundergold was very in demand early in the year, and that was down pretty bad as well. So I was definitely questioning this. Again, a smart builder can lead to some success and whatnot. Okay, cool. Now, hopping back over to the likes of the predictions video here, what else was I looking at that potentially might have worked out quite alright? Nuke Room armored door. Yeah, okay, that seemed okay. But like the armored doors that came out and the likes of the, in 2024, they weren't exactly doing very good. It was a bit questionable. I wasn't 100% sure in it. And Nuke Room, the collection itself, wasn't exactly retaining value super well either. So a smart buy order still could lead to some success, but at $3, we'll see how that could potentially turn out. And then I looked at the likes of the Mech Overlord Sheet Metal Door. Now, the immediate concern was Sheet Metal Doors in 2024. So many of them were accepted, and in general, there was so many of them available. We have, well, as of now, 240, right? So there's so much compared to, it's hard for these to retain interest, retain demand, and I just thought, you know what? It's very cool with its homage, but are we actually going to get a collection continuation? Is there going to be more to it, or is it just going to struggle? Is it just going to drop down pretty hard? Because we've seen so many Sheep Metal Doors sell at $2.49 and just immediately crash. I was questioning it. I just wanted to stick with doing a buy order. That's what I felt like was best to do. And looking at the likes of the remaining skins that I was considering, Recycled Hazmat Thompson, it was interesting. It was a very DIY style type of design. A very down-to-earth, very like patchwork, like all these men on the Rust Island, you know? Like, what tools do they even have? Like, they don't have pristine, awesome-looking weapons, do they? They have like patchwork, DIY, taped together type of weapons, and that was like perfect for it. If you like this type of thing, that's like the most perfect skin for you. Okay, but are there enough people that would like that type of thing? Yeah, I was questioning that. So, okay, maybe, just with a buy order. Wasn't that confident in it, sorry to say. And then I looked at likes the Bird of Luck SAR. I thought, you know what, maybe Bird of Luck could probably turn around quite all right in the future. But, this is the second last skin for me to point out. Wasn't feeling very confident in it. Looking at how the other skins behaved, I thought, yeah, I can't help but assume it's going to crash and burn. Sorry to say, but yeah, SAR skins in general as well, not exactly the best of investments. Yeah, you can see that right here. Yeah, all the SARs this year, so many of them in the red. And then I had the likes of the Jade Bees tools. Now, this was the first skin to be accepted for Voodoo. Props to him, but by default, and remember, I'm always looking at this with a financial perspective. People come to me for the answers in regards to what's looking to be like potentially the best investments. Tools, not good. What's wrong? Well, look at all the hatchet skins that came out over the past 2 years. You might notice a bit of a problem. Down 42, down 50, down 52, down 54, down 48. Scroll down over to here. Down 53, down 53, down 57, down 52, down 55. Yeah, not exactly holding up very well. You might notice that's gone up in price. That keeps getting manipulated, so that's an anomaly. And then, of course, with the likes of the pickaxes, pretty much the exact same thing. Yep. Now, you might notice Pixel Decay. Pixel Decay sold at 99 cents. All right, all of these are down by about half their price. They're all down to around $1 and less. So, yeah, not exactly the most confident thing to look at in terms of investments. Sorry to say, but yeah. So, okay, not exactly feeling very confident. how did all of these skins progress? So as I hop over to the likes of here, and I can show you the progression. Yep, here you go. So SUMM wasn't working still, unfortunately, but with the likes of the Neon Bismuth Garage Door, that had done over 9,400 subscribers. The Neon Armored Door, the Nuke Room Armored Door, sorry to say, that had done 6,700. The Sheet Metal Door had done almost 6,000. The tools, well, the hatchet did 4,200 and the pickaxe did 3,500. The Eoka did 4,200 subscribers. The double barrel shotgun did 4,000 subscribers. The Thompson did just over 3,400 subscribers. And the SAR only did 3,261 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. So, okay. Seems a bit spread out, but alright. It didn't feel like there was that many sales. Alright, so hopping back over to the likes of here, we can point out what we were thinking when we looked at the likes of the abnormal buy orders. And, well, these were the prices I suggested when I looked at all the skins, because whilst the likes of the skins that sold quite nicely had reached a pretty interesting point, Neon Bismuth Garage Door, for example, reached just over 21,000 subscribers. Nuke Room Armoured Door reached the likes of almost 15,000 subscribers. Mech Overlord, just over 13,000 subscribers. There was a bit of a drop-off. So many skins below 10,000 subscribers. So I looked at the likes of Neon Bismuth Garage Door, and I thought, you know what, it looks very nice. It looks very appealing. And at this specific point, we had seen the likes of a continuation being produced, the Sheet Metal Double Door. It could have happened. It could happen. Maybe we'll get an instant continuation. We shall see. So I thought, you know what? I'll do $1.20 to $1.80 for a skin that was selling in a Rust store at $3 or $2.99. I worried for it still. I thought maybe next month it goes down in price. Maybe it could be concerning. But yeah, it looked reasonably appealing enough that we did $1 to $1.80. Okay, cool. $1.20 to $1.80. Then I looked at likes of the Nuke Room Armored Door, and, well, $3 as well. I thought maybe we could probably do $1.20 to $1.70. It looked interesting. Maybe Nuke Room would be getting some more skins produced. Maybe we'll see some more acceptances. Maybe Nuke Room flourishes. Maybe it works out ever so nicely. So, yeah, I went for a fairly decent price. Now, in regards to the Mech Overlord, I didn't have that much, didn't have as much confidence. Again, Sheet Metal Doors, I decided to do 80 cents to $1.20. Yep, I thought maybe it'll do a decent job retaining value. Maybe it might work out all right. 13,200 subscribers really isn't that much. Okay. Then I looked at the likes of the Dragon Rage Double Barrel Shotgun. I thought the design of it, I'd seen it enough in game. I thought it looked really nice. I thought it would gain some interest when a lot more people were to play the game, of course, around January time, post-Christmas. So I went with the likes of $1.20 to $1.70, and then with the likes of the Bird of Luxor, I suggested only 70 cents to $1. It was interesting enough. It looked okay. It had only done 7,200 subscribers. Okay, maybe it might work out all right. But SAR skins in general, not exactly the best investments, especially all the ones that came out in 2024. So, okay, it is what it is. And then for the remaining skins, which weren't abnormal, the Jade Beast tools, 60 cents to 80 cents. I did not trust them. I thought by default, they're just going to end up like all the other tools, down in price, down to around $1. So 60 cents to 80 cents was the best way to go about it. And then the Lone Wolf Eoka, I just couldn't help but assume it was going to end up like the more recent Eoka skins, the ones that came out in 2023 and 2022, down in price, down by 50%. I went with 60 cents to 80 cents. I thought it could easily potentially go down to around $1. Sorry to say, but looking at all the other skins, it's what I thought. Recycled Hazmat Thompson, I thought it's interesting. DIY, down to earth type of design would be appealing enough, potentially. Also, Thompsons don't really tend to go below $1, so I went with 80 cents to $1.20. I thought maybe that might work out just a little bit better, potentially, we'll see, but yeah. So that was the price suggestions for all the skins. Now we can hop over, take a look at how things currently look, and discuss, did everything match up to expectations? So, what were the outcomes? Well, I can confirm to you, Neon Bismuth, Neon Bismuth Garage Door, that flourished ever so nicely. For you see, with the very next Rust store, we saw the likes of a Neon Bismuth Sheet Metal Double Door being accepted. And this went all the way up to about $6-7 on the day when this was, when this appeared with the next Rust store. All right, cool. So this looks like it's becoming a full-fledged proper collection with some very interesting, shiny-looking designs. And if I could just quickly show you this, all garage doors that came out in this year, right? So many of them down in price. Now, this is also the year in which we've had the most garage doors being given to us in a single year. 29. And of course, you can see so many more garage doors appeared literally just after this. Okay, well then. But yeah, look at that, up 95%. And if I could just scroll down, only 1 and 2 here are also in the positive. Now, that's the copyright one. You could technically consider that, an anomaly. Now, if you take away all the likes of the other Twitch drops and whatnot, I mean, there's only one other garage door in the positive. So many of them over here down in price. So many of them down by about 50%. So you, right there, you're special. People like you. You're being bought out. It's October right now. It's pretty much the middle of October, and that's doing good. That is almost $6. That is almost double in price. That has a pretty good future ahead of it. How high will it go when we reach January time? Consider that. Maybe it's some people jumping in, investing into it now, because you might notice the likes of the Neon BISMUTH collection, it's progressing ever so nicely. Look at that. So many of them up in price. And I am anticipating potentially even more being accepted on the horizon. So, yeah, that's worked out ever so nicely. So I suggested $1.20 to $1.80. Now, that was more of me being cautious. As I said, and as I just showed you, garage doors this year have not performed very well. It's the year where we've had most of the garage doors ever. Like, I'm sure you can understand why I wasn't fully into it. I'm sure you can understand why I wasn't, like, fully invested into jumping onto that. But it worked out well. So if you actually bought some of these and flipped them for some good profit, feel free to comment below. But I missed out on that. I don't feel like I was wrong to a point. Because, hey, if we didn't actually see all those continuations, I'm pretty sure that would have just crashed and burned. It was pretty much a coin flip, and, well, Facepunch decided they like it. So I will accept I was wrong, though. I will accept, because, of course, the outcome, yeah. Damn. Well, I did buy a bunch of them, because a bunch of people asked for them as a reward for watching me. When you get a certain amount of channel points on my Twitch streams, you can request skins. Just pointing that out. All right, then. So with that, it worked out ever so nicely. What about all the other skins? Well, yeah. Nuke Room, Armored Door. You have not exactly held up very well. Well, Nuke Room itself isn't really holding up very well. It definitely suffered during the likes of October. So many of the skins, well, all of the skins have gone down in price pretty badly. And the real funny thing is there's hardly any of them on the Steam market. There's only 21. But this is probably a very strong indicator that there just simply isn't any actual interest. $1.10 is the cheapest listing, and the highest bidder is $1.03. People aren't actively buying the skin. Like, this is a perfect indicator. I honestly thought Nuke Room was going to work out quite nicely, but evidently no. And just to kind of point this across, get this point across, you can see that, well, the sheet metal double door is still doing all right, it's only down by 2%, but the large box down 41%, the garage door down 56%, and the armored door down 60%. Oof. So I suggested $1.20 to $1.70. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. I was wrong. It went down lower. So, yeah, if you bought some of those with a buy order, you're just going to have to wait until January now. Now, if I can recall, I think I did remove my buy orders. I must have bought a few, looked and saw how low the listings were, and I thought, nah, I'm good. I'm going to jump out of that. So I hope you did too, and I'm very sorry if you jumped onto that with a stronger buy order and whatnot. But it's just this awkward situation where it's September time. You don't know how bad things can be. Literally the very next month, and evidently this worked out pretty badly. So Nuke Room, Armored Door, you went down worse. Now I can look at the likes of the Mech Overlord sheet metal door, and what price did I say again? Oh yeah, I said 80 cents to $1.20. I was questioning it a fair bit, and I was right to do so because it's down to 72 pennies. Yep, there is a very strange thing where we see so many sheet metal doors selling for $2.49, and then they all just go down to less than $1. So just to look at this, it just keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and yeah, look at that. Now I can't remember how many buy orders I put down for this, but I think I only put down one. And I'm pretty sure I removed that. So if you ended up buying a bunch of these, feel free to comment below. But yeah, that has not worked out very well. And it looks cool. This is the annoying thing. We have so many sheet metal doors, and so many of them are very cheap, but look so nice. Like quite some time back, it was quite rare to see a glow-in-the-dark sheet metal door down in price this low. But now it's so common to see sheet metal doors being accepted. Now it's very common to see them below $1. Yeah, it was disappointing, I guess you could say. So I went with 80 cents to $1.20, and it went down lower. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I was right to point out that I thought the likes of these skins were all going to go down in price. and then they went down lower. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Now, what do we have next? Well, I mean, I should do this in order. So now we have the Jade Beast Hatchet and Pickaxe. They are down to 95 cents and $1.38. I was fine to point out and sit here and say 60 cents to 80 cents. Now, the Pickaxe is doing a little bit better. I just want to quickly look at that in a bit. But yeah, this has gone down to 87 cents. You can see the highest barter is 72 cents. Yeah, that basically matched up to expectations. Now, why is this? Why does this have a lowest listing of only $1.38? Is it just due to a sheer lack of listings? Is the pickaxe slightly more appealing? I don't fully know. Yeah. Now, one thing I didn't actually point out with the likes of these tools is they glow in the dark. However, the glow in the dark is so tiny. Do you see the eyes here? So you see an eye there, an eye there. Yeah, they glow. But it's so tiny, it's not even noticeable at night time. But probably due to the fact that it references that it glows. People don't like glow in the dark weapons and tools. And that might have doomed it. It's quite sad, but yeah. I mean, in general, they just don't work out as investments that well. So we played it safe, and it definitely worked out quite all right. Okay, cool. So that basically matched up to that theme. Right, then we have the Lone Wolf Eoka, and I was right to suggest only stick with the likes of 60 cents to 80 cents. Now, I do recall this actually did go down lower in price, but it seems to have recovered a fair bit. Most skins, as of now, do appear to have already reached their lowest point. So if I just could quickly go over to here, yeah, it's starting to improve. So the lowest point must be about just over here, just slightly over $1. But yeah, now it's starting to bounce back up a bit, and potentially it might work out quite nicely as we steer towards likes of January. As you can see these listings, it's not too far off from the likes of $1.70, and then from there, $2. So yeah, not much there. Maybe we'll see some more of that aggressive animal collection that this is part of. I'm still hoping to see the likes of a very angry eagle, AK-47, M249 Angry Bear, something like that. So, yeah, we'll see what becomes of this Wild Aggression collection, which you can see over here with the Rat-a-tat Thompson. Cool. Right, so, yeah, went down a price, but now it's starting to recover. So, did you pick up any barders with your 60 cent to 80 cent barder? Feel free to point that out below, comment below. Right, then we have the likes of the Dragon Rage Double Barrel Shotgun. I suggested $1.20 to $1.70. And it's sitting here at $1.51. Now, I do believe I bought a few of these and I removed them with my stronger buy order. But here's the thing. Again, only 21 of them on the Steam market. This could easily turn around. Look and see. When you look at the actual listings, 4 listed at $1.51, 1 listed at $1.53, then it goes up to $1.70, then $1.87, and it's $2 again. It could easily bounce back up. It doesn't really have that much. Just a few more purchases, it's back to normal. This is October. Yeah. So it's reached its lowest point, and maybe it might work out nicely when more people return to play the game around January time. But we should also point out, there's been a lot of people playing during October, like a lot. Like it peaked at 126,000 a day on a Monday. So yeah, in the middle of October. So okay, it went a little bit lower with the higher price, but it was kind of smack dab in the middle of my suggestion for the price. So hey, it is what it is. I feel like I got that one correct. So I'll move on to the next one. Recycled Hazmat Thompson. I looked at you and I said 80 cents to $1.20, and you didn't go down in price too badly. So let's just quickly look at your history very quickly. You only sold, just to point out, 8,200 subscribers. Your highest barders went slightly above $1, and if we look at your history, you have started to improve, but your lowest point does appear to be slightly above $1. I suggested 80 cents to $1.20. If you're now starting to improve, I'd like to sit here and say I think I got the price right. Yeah, so if you pick these up for about $1.20, things should start to improve from here on now. If there's a decent amount of demand for likes the Recycled Hazmat Thompson. Did you pick up any of these? I picked up a few myself, so yeah, that seems to be working out quite all right. And now, Bird of Luxor. So this did crash and burn. This went down in price. Funny thing is, I bought every single skin here and gave it away for a special, what was it? It was the Uterus charity event when they were raising money for breast cancer. I bought all of these skins as a giveaway, a special giveaway. And what basically happened was when we were chasing after the abnormals, not all of the skins appeared that were abnormal. And I actually listed the Bird of Luxor just so we could do a buy order, but I forgot to remove it. And I listed it at a fairly high price. Someone bought mine for $8. So why did you bring up that story? Recently, someone's jumped in and bought out a bunch of these with a $6 buy order. Someone appears to be wanting to manipulate this. For you see, 74 of them got bought out very recently. Is this the rumblings, the beginnings of a potential manipulation? Or is it someone looking at this and thinking, oh yeah, this is going to probably be working out as a nice investment around January time? Who knows? But I will sit here and say it did go down pretty bad. It went all the way down to just about literally dead on $1. But then, of course, this buyout's happened and now it's starting to improve. It's now sitting here at about $2. So, yeah, if you bought a bunch of these like I did, between the likes of 60 cents to 80 cents, keep an eye on this because potentially on the horizon, it might be reaching quite high prices because it's being manipulated. And if we could just point this out, it was the lowest selling skin out of all the skins here, 7,600 subscribers. Now, I've seen skins sell about this much and then get manipulated. And, well, you know what? What was that Wasteland hatchet we just saw a minute ago? How much did that sell? Let's just quickly find that out, because I did point that out a little bit earlier. Wasteland, I guess it's this one. It might be this one. Let's just quickly double check. Yep, there you go. That did just under 7,000 subscribers. Okay, yeah. So let's just quickly look at this as a quick little comparison to see what's expected. So yeah, this didn't sell too much. Do you see this big fat barder right there, $6.70? You might be sitting there and thinking, well, Hedge, clearly there's demand. No, that's the manipulators. All of these barders here are done by the manipulators. With my Steam Inventory Helper extension, I can click this. And do you see how it just like drops off a fair bit? Yeah. And all of these, yeah, they're from the previous pump. This has been pumped before. Look at this. Oh, I can't show you. Come on now, show me the price history. It's been pumped before and it looks like it's about to get a rebound and pump back up again. So, yeah. This is what it's actually worth, nothing, about 80 cents, and this is what happens when the manipulators jump onto it. That went all the way up to about $15, literally last month, and it looks like they're trying to do it again. Well, there you go. Keep an eye on the likes of that Bird of Luxor, because it could happen to that again. So yeah, I would sit here and say I was correct with the 60 to 80 cent price, but maybe now it appears to be a lot more valuable from here and now. If you bought some, comment below, keep an eye on it. Maybe that it gets pumped up to a new high value. Right then, so everything kind of matched up to expectations. In some cases, it went down a bit worse. Sorry about that. You can't predict everything. You can anticipate things are going to be bad, but unfortunately, you can't fully predict how bad. Yeah. So Neon Bismuth, let's see how you develop. But yeah, it's working out very nicely. And as I said, with the next week's rush door, we did see the likes of that double door, and that did work out very nicely, didn't it? Oh, yes, it did. And yeah, there's quite a lot to talk about with some of the skins here. Oh, yes, indeed. So, pretty interesting profit review to discuss next week. And yeah, that's a wrap. So, thank you very much for watching me. Feel free to comment below. Laugh at me if I got some things badly wrong, but I don't think I was that bad this week. Just pointing out. So, yeah, thank you very much. Catch you later. And goodbye.